Come on, Andrew, wow me.
Wait, going around the table on this.
There was no school
do you
curriculum
consider
for it.
yourself a feminist?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Not in the sense that's being spoken at this podcast.
Not a blue-haired
Not
feminist.
this new wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm an anti-feminist.
I think that's
Based.
a little bold. Wouldn't go that far for my personal
Thanks. Anai. You said you want a provider. Sophia, you said you wanted a provider, right? So how do you reconcile being a
I've said
feminist?
this
Hold on, let me
before.
ask the question.
I've said
How-
this before.
I'll ask you again, though.
Yeah, but you can't be a feminist and want an actual man, because being an actual man goes against everything that the modern feminist believes in, because you guys are hypocritical bitches with giant black dildos crammed up your asses, which makes you intolerant to deal with.
How do you reconcile being a feminist but also expecting a guy
Pro-sex,
to be a provider
anti-gender,
and pay for
pro-family,
everything and pay for
anti-feminist.
first dates?
There you go,
Just
Faye.
because I want everybody
Making
to
strides.
have equity doesn't mean I can't have a provider.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not
Yep.
saying like, oh, every woman should label themselves as a feminist. I'm not like this, what she said, like a blue-haired feminist. Like, I very much like. I guess there's that stereotype that feminists like, oh, they don't shave, they're not submissive.
Actually, it's got nothing to do with your physicality. It's got everything with your mentality that changes your physicality to look within a certain social group. Just because you try to look like a fucking trad wife doesn't mean you are one.
But yes, they can be, and I feel like we're both
Yeah.
like that.
When you say equity,
Yes.
what do you when
Oh,
you say
damn,
equity,
Andrew.
what do you mean by equity? So you say we can have equity even though I have a provider and I'm not doing the providing.
I'm
What's
saying-
equitable there?
But you don't have
That's
to
not what I'm
provide to make
saying
a
with-
relationship equal.
Yeah. So
I
what's
can also
meant
have
by
value
equity?
placed on myself by like, oh, I want to
When
raise
did cows
children
become-
or
oh
cook
my
dinner
God.
at night for my husband.
Yeah,
can
but
also
she's
be
an
like
OF
providing
hoe,
a
dude.
lot,
What about
but
that is
not in the same
equitable
sense.
though?
That it should be
Everything
the
they
same
do is
value should
weird.
be placed on both. You need both to like have a nice running household.
Yeah. It's
Much
like
So do you
love
think that
to
the
all the
value
raid
of the woman
bosses.
raising children is
There it
equal to the
is,
value
the
of the man
equality.
working?
Yes, children are very exhausting. It's extremely
Absolutely.
laborious
Job.
task.
okay, if she babysits, I was babysitting for a while. I still kind of do babysit. Do you know how much a babysitter gets paid? A lot of money.
About
A lot of
$12
money.
an hour.
No.
How
much did he
no,
say?
much,
No, it's
much
a lot.
more.
Did you say $12 an hour?
No,
Yeah.
it's
Way more than that.
Plus, I get paid. I would get paid extra for cleaning. I would help a lot in the households that I was working in. Do you think the woman is getting paid for that? No, that is
Yeah, Quantum.
hours and hours of unpaid labor.
That's why when you have two full-time working people who have two full-time demanding jobs, they usually have what? A nanny. They have to pay someone to do those
Yeah.
jobs that the woman can no longer do because that mother is working a full-time job by raising those
When
kids.
you were babysitting those children, how old were they?
babies and all ages. Actually, I've babysat so many ages.
And as children get older, they need less and less attention, correct?
That's a
No.
terrible
I was
thought
watching
process
like a
to
6
have.
Not at all.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Not at
No.
all.
I mean, with that for 18.
No, you're not, because they spend 8 hours a day at school up until they are 18 years old. Unless they're horrible children and they sneak out doing stupid shit when they should be in school.
You mean you think a 12-year-old needs as
Well,
much
there's
attention
obviously
as
a
an
time where
infant?
your parents started letting you stay
Age-
home alone. You know,
But it's
yeah.
Age
still
doesn't
allowed.
value.
Even still, you need to
Yeah,
be
that's
taken
true,
care of. You
Ghost.
need to be taught. You need
Yeah.
to like
Yeah,
have
same.
guidance
A
in life.
12
Yeah, but you're sending your kid off to a public school. You're not
Even a
teaching them
teenager
shit.
needs guidance and needs a parent.
Yeah, and
They're
they
not,
do
like,
get guidance, they
solo.
get a parent, but you outsource most of it by sending
So,
them off to
okay,
a public
for
Andrew
school.
talks about my
example,
point.
Hang on, let me finish. For most of the day, you send the child off to a public school.
So,
Because
okay,
it's
That's
required.
not parenting
What
if
work
you're
are
not raising
you
your kid
really
outside of
Hey,
the
yo,
home.
I'm back from
as
my
an
kiddo's
example, right,
softball
Andrew? So
practice.
I want to have at least like
Welcome
3
back, Vinny.
kids, right?
I hope
About
that
4 years
softball
apart.
practice was
So I
cool.
might have one kid in full school, but I'm still gonna have one kid that needs to be home, right? You might have a kid that's sick one day. You might have a kid that you're taking this kid to soccer practice at this time, and then taking him to field trip at this time. And then I want to be like the mom that's like the not
Like the
PTO.
PTA
yeah, like
PTA mom.
the PTA mom. So I'm gonna be
She
there. I want to be
babysits a
making lunch in the
full-grown-ass
cafeteria
man
for my
in a
kids.
diaper.
I'm taking them
Going
on their
on
field
field
trips.
trips.
Yeah,
Probably.
that's not. It doesn't
yeah.
just stop once your kid reaches kindergarten. and also you have multiple kids that have multiple. My kids are going to be doing a lot of shit.
What does
so
this
I'm
have
going
to
be
do with my point
that they don't. You don't.
They do require less
neglect
attention
children.
as they get older.
You don't
neglect
stop.
children once they get to school age.
You don't stop taking care of your kids once
That's
they're
not
in
my
school.
point.
Is my
Let me
point.
reiterate it one more time. Children require less attention the older they get. Yes or no?
I don't agree. No.
Teenagers
If you're
need
being a
less
good
attention.
parent, then no. Maybe
And
once
how many
once
of you
they're
have
out of my
kids?
house, once
Would
they're
you
out of my house, they're
agree?
18. But no, you
And
should.
none of you have children.
No, but
I
we
think
were.
that I think they need more attention when
The
they're
same
younger.
amount of
I've worked-
you
See, chat, this is why men aren't falling for this bullshit anymore. You have two women right now that are lecturing a father of 3 children how to be a parent. How the fuck does that make any sense? If I want to become a father later, I'd be learning from Andrew because he's raised 3 successful kids that are not fucking criminals. And yet feminism makes it so that these two can open their fucking mouths whenever they want.
you think
That's
you
the
think
stupidest
that
thing
a
someone can
child
say is that you can't have an
between
opinion on a kid unless you have your own kid. We were all kids. We all experienced
How could you-
childhood.
Not that long ago. I'm sorry, but
sisters.
you being a teenager was like years and years and decades ago. But we were
Yeah,
teenagers
how
like
can
what,
you
2 or 3
believe
years ago?
that-
Sorry
yeah,
that
I've
you're an
raised
old
teenagers.
man.
What are you talking about, lady? Listen,
Doesn't seem like you were raising them.
obviously
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're
requires
doing a good
far
job.
more. An infant obviously requires far more attention than a 12-year-old.
That's very true.
Sometimes that's not even true. They take naps for so
What if
much
you-
time in the
what if
day.
you-
I'm doing literally the same thing that Andrew's doing.
Can't leave a baby
Get crazy.
I know, but
No, but that's
How
like,
could
but
you-
it's taking
Okay,
a nap.
if you want
What
to
are
say
doing?
overall,
I want to
yes.
play
children
Lords
have
of
that
Fallen after
need.
this
I was
video,
a
guys.
perfect-
Saying is overall.
I know, but yeah, but you could have a perfect
I
baby,
wanna
right?
slay
You could be the
something
blessing, they
evil
sleep
now
through the night,
after
everything,
listening to
and then
this.
They
an
still would
incident
need more
happens.
attention.
Or what if they need, you realize when they're older that they had autism and you weren't dealing with it? You could have a child forever. What if you have a child that's such a
Every time.
But
you
he's
just-
bringing
well,
up
what
this
if a
point.
meteorite came out of the sky and hit somebody? We're not talking about extreme
Saying
outliers
that
here.
it's a difference because the man has to go to work
Stop it.
forever and the woman, once the kid's up, it's not the same amount of work and effort. But that's not true all the time. You never know. You can't just say
Yeah,
that that's how it's
Kiko,
going to
stop going for the extreme outlier every time. And do you think, generally speaking, that an infant requires more
Minus
attention
one
than a
brain cell.
12-year-old?
Minus
okay,
one
so what do you
brain
do in
cell,
the- hold
minus
on,
one
hold on.
brain
Just
cell.
answer the fucking question. How hard could this be?
Answer
Just
the
answer
fucking
it.
question. What do you do in
Oh,
the summer
fuck
then?
me.
What do you do in the summer then? So
Oh my God.
I'm gonna
Are you
have that
gonna
12-year-old the whole
answer the
summer, right?
question?
I'm gonna have that baby the whole summer, right? I'm gonna have that 10-year-old the whole summer,
Answer
right?
the question.
I already answered it 3 times. I said fucking no.
Then just say
I said
yes or
fucking
no.
no. I said fucking no like 3 times. I think you need to
but
clean your fucking
then that's
ears.
3 times that you're
Requires much more
delusional.
attention
Oh
than
my
playing with a
God.
child and feeding them 3 times a day at some point. Leave and start helping you around the house.
Right.
Exactly,
that
drop
an
pod.
infant
She doesn't get that
requires
concept.
less attention than a 12-year-old, 13-year-old,
I didn't say less. I said the
14-year-old.
same.
You're sending the 13, 14-year-old off, the 12-year-old off to a public
Same.
school
My mom won't
for
admit it,
8
though,
to 10
and
hours a
that's
day.
sad.
Okay,
8
and
to
then
10
you have
hours
to-
a day. The
I
infants
didn't know
are with
public
you
school was
24 hours a day.
365
They
days a
can't
year.
even respond with their needs. You have to
And
When I
then
was
you
10
have to
summer, I was
research.
outside
They
12
can't
hours a day.
communicate with you.
Yeah, so
They
was
can't
I,
even
man,
tell
at
you
work.
what they
Be
need.
with him the whole
Say you do send the kid off to school or whatever. Okay, how long is school? Till 12, or for most kids. And
Back when I was growing up, quite literally, my dad told me if I'm not at school, I needed to be outside until the lights fucking turned on the street. Look at that. Not a fucking criminal. I drank water from the hose. These fucking females are retarded. They don't know how kids work. I could stay up to 10 p.m. I mean, as long as I was in the house when the lights turned on, my parents didn't care how long I was gone.
and then if they're 4, 5, 6 years old,
Till 12?
Yeah, like 12. If they're like
Rosewater
4 years
legit is the
old,
best
that's like the
tasting water.
earliest you can send them to a public school.
Okay,
It like
bro.
gets out at 12. Okay, you pick them up.
Pizza.
You have, okay, and then what? The other kid gets
And
out
then
at
they go to the
1:30.
babysitter usually. Both parents are working, right?
No, not if you're
Not a lot of people
At
can.
one
Yeah.
point is this
That was the
point.
whole
That's
point.
not
The whole
majority.
point, the whole
Dude.
point here, what we're talking about is that the woman is staying home and is the one, the caretaker
Okay,
of the
so
children
the woman
and the
stays home,
household.
and then
she
at
has,
noon, the
let me
the
finish,
4-year-old comes
Andrew.
back home.
Let me finish because you're actually pissing me off because you don't know how to just shut up and listen to the girl.
You guys
Like,
don't
you
know
think
how to
you're this
shut
man.
up and
You think
listen
you're this
either.
big-
You?
You think you're this
You've been
big,
interrupting
huge man
more.
that can just interrupt us, and it's getting
Yeah,
fucking
that's my
annoying.
question,
Like, just
Dark.
shut
Nobody
up.
gives a shit what you think, you stupid skip. Answer my
let's be honest.
Whoa!
No,
Whoa! Huzzah! Huzzah, Andrew! Huzzah!
Saying that? How fucking old are you talking to a 21-year-old like that?
How old would you be before I call spade a spade?
Bangs, Andrew Bangs.
Childish
Andrew Bangs,
as
Put
fuck.
your swords away. Put your
Yeah, I
swords.
mean,
Listen,
here you are
this is
spurting at
You're
top of the
intimidating.
because I
I'm gonna pull
basic
this
Whoa,
same
questions.
base.
shit I did with
Check my
MLB.
DMs. Hold on.
Okay,
You're
guys,
intimidating.
guys.
Listen to the girls.
Whoa,
The girls don't even make any sense.
fucking
This one girl over here
Holy
keeps on telling me that an infant. When it comes to an infant,
I
they
did.
require
Wait a minute.
less attention.
I never said fucking less. I said the same. I never said less. God damn.
I said it 3 times. Made sure to say no 3 times.
Okay, moving
now
on.
listen.
Moving on. That was
I really thought he
eventful.
was
That was
gonna
an
be better,
eventful
too.
conversation.
I'm really disappointed,
Uh,
actually.
Going back to Ov Gray
Such
over
a
here.
baby.
My final thoughts
Gray.
on the whole Ov Gray.
Of gray. Like
Of gray.
Of
OF, but make
Mr.
it
Kennel,
sound like a
Mr.
V a little
Pot
bit.
called
You know
Oh,
what?
no,
You
you
know-
should, maybe you should change your fictional
It was
name.
actually OF. It was actually OF gray. And people thought that I had an OnlyFans, so I
Yeah,
actually
so
had
it's
to change
of
it
gray.
to
Just say
OV.
of gray.
Cool story. So okay, the whole like feminist, but for the general population, but I'm personally traditional in my own relationship dynamic. It's like modernity when it benefits you, and tradition when it benefits you. So typically, the way that looks is modernity for women, tradition for men.
No.
Men have to adhere to their traditional gender roles, while you guys can continue being modern women, dressing provocatively, doing sex work,
How is it?
doing sex work.
Okay, first of all, she's saying that she
It's
wants.
literally.
She just understands that not everybody wants what she has.
Why-
Some people want
let
that.
her talk.
Because you're not listening to what she's
Cool
saying.
story,
She said it
bro.
multiple
Yeah, I
times,
know,
and you guys
right?
aren't understanding
Pico
it.
No, but
is more-
it's hard for me to wrap my
Poor
head around
Asian
it because
girl.
it's like
Yeah, she's got
again,
to fuck
you
with.
want
So
you want
she
to
wants
be
other
women to
stop,
have that.
Stop, Kika. Let me finish. You want to be a modern woman when it benefits you, and you want tradition when it benefits you.
But who are you referring to?
All y'all, sort of,
No,
kind
I
of.
said I would still be traditional. I would
Wait,
still
but you
be in a
said you're like
household
super
with feminine-
progressive and
Yeah, I
liberal.
said
and
I'd
feminist.
bow to my
Because
man.
they
But I
understand
like
that
to hang out
they
with
want that,
children.
but those three right there are
I
those
can
two
fix
that
you.
want
Even
that.
said I'd
So
bow.
they agree.
I can fix you.
Sorry, it's not the whole.
I can fix it.
You can't.
No, Brian, no.
I'm extremely stubborn.
Brian, no, don't, no, dude. There's no fixing a feminist. They're already cooked, bro.
You cannot.
I can correct
No,
your path.
I think that everything's like.
I'll fix you.
People just do their own thing. If you
What
want to be a certain
fucking dude,
religion, be a certain
Quantum?
religion, whatever. I never said that I wouldn't be traditional. I literally said my job is like raising
I'll get a
children.
bow.
I
One
wanna
of
be
these-
a-
one
I
day
wanna
I'll
be
get a
a
bow.
person
I'll
that
get
I
a
can
bow.
be
Okay.
with, like,
Here.
my children over the summer.
I was
Maya
raising,
Taku
I
Blood
was
is telling
basically
me it
raising
must
children
protect
until I
Asian
came onto
girls.
this podcast. Who made me
really
start
No,
raising
you're
my
not
goal.
raising children.
Yes, you don't know what the
Taking
fuck
Wait,
I
no,
was
no,
doing.
no, 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 no.
Yes, that's a
We're
medical.
not
Yeah,
raising
that,
children.
Yeah,
You don't know what
it's
the fuck I was
literally,
doing.
it's
Yeah.
You don't know what
literally
the fuck
just
I
a
was
doll
doing, so who
sitting
the
there.
fuck are you to say that I...
Raising children. I can't wait to
Seriously,
hear
he
it.
was so mean.
I
to
would,
her.
yeah. Bitch,
I
you shut up.
see Latina.
That's a terrible. Yeah, I mean, so many
see
men.
You don't know what the fuck I was
It's
doing.
more than.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't know that
Wait,
you were a
guys,
fucking
guys,
fly on the wall
guys, one
spying
at a
my every
time.
fucking
One at a
move.
time. Hey, all right, we get it.
Some
I
Andrew's
was
just like, what
literally
the
getting
fuck
called
do I do?
mom. I was getting called mom.
The fucking mallet. Give me the judge mallet. Hold on.
Okay, but
Okay, listen everyone, can we please yield to Brian when he's like tries to slow
Yeah, you
things
guys
down?
got
Sure.
You guys got
Brian's having a great
Got
time.
my
Especially after
fucking
Pragmata
judge
came
mallet
out.
here, so if I slam on this, y'all shut the fuck up, okay? I need y'all order.
I've been on here like 9 times.
Wait, can
and
you
I've
hide?
never seen this.
I've
to answer your
wait,
question,
hold on.
What's the costume?
What?
What's the
Order in the
costume?
fucking toxic pod.
Yo, dude,
Cast studio.
It's a military uniform, stupid.
What's the fit about?
Did you like it?
No, I
see
think it
yourself
could be
dating
better.
Can it not be
a-
like
Prince colors,
Could you-
blue and yellow.
You know what? If I ever do get invited to this podcast, I'm gonna come in my dress greens, dude. I'm gonna come in there in my dress A uniform, dude. I'm just gonna full on fucking military rock the fuck out of it. Barris Bryan sitting there.
So I will tell you guys. What this costume is. You can bring Andrew back. Bring him
Cody,
back.
legit question.
Okay, there's
How
Maverick.
the fuck do you listen
This
to
is a
this? I can't keep
Chilean
track of all the
military
speaking voices over the
uniform.
dudes talking.
Organize their military.
DO41.
In all honesty, it's not about listening to what they're talking about. It's about how, to me, it's about how Brian responds to them. That's what I get out of this. I already know that they're going to be evil little feminists and they're going to be, all up in themselves and it's all about them and all kinds of other stuff. I already know that walking into the podcast. The reason why I watch the podcast is to see how Brian responds to them. That's why I watch it.
So-
Donated $200.
Oh, he's back.
Andrew, I saw in the comments
What the
that you
fuck,
have
Nick?
5 kids and
Bro, Nick, what are you
homeschool.
doing?
Respect.
Homeschooled kids are always the
best.
weirdest.
Yes, wear the
you
bear
can-
pelt to the podcast.
I agree.
Dude, I'm not going to cosplay go into a fucking relationship podcast, guys. I mean, that would be trollish as fuck, but I'm not going to do it.
Kids are the best. But,
Oh, that's funny, though. I'll give you guys
rating
that.
them, I guess.
I went to
All right,
Catholic
so
school.
I will. I'll wear my full-on Class A uniform. The one that I like. I like the greens better than the blues. I think the blues make you look like too much of a fucking officer and a pussy. Which is why all of us, enlisted like the greens from back in the day better. No, I'd wear my Class A uniform in there. Most definitely. 100% I would wear it in there.
going to Avgray here.
Yeah.
You said
I learned
No,
a lot.
but to answer
Wait,
your question,
guys.
you
Talking
said
about
how-
raising
how can
kids
you
and we'll
want to
never
be
have them since
traditional, but then
homeschooling
want
is
for other
bad.
women
Yeah,
to
exactly, Ghost.
Have the equality
That's why
of
feminists are
wage and
hypocrites.
opportunities as
But
men.
let me add to that.
Is that
So,
what you're asking?
sort of, but so one of the big pushes when it came to feminism, yes, we can talk about rights bestowed upon you by the government and
Put them all in
equal
Saikuno's
access
house?
to various
Ooh,
things and the
Fagoth
ability to
burns
work, although it's
Saikuno.
not clear to me,
Oof.
to the degree to which women were barred from the workforce and just certain biological realities throughout history and the fact, there's a whole bunch of things there. But even one of the big pushes that feminism does, it's let's do away with gender roles. Gender roles are a bad thing. Men and women are the same. That's a big push from feminism. So
Yeah, I would love to see Kiko go over to Afghanistan the 3 times that I did and do my fucking job. The fucking woman who won't shut the fuck up and listen to anybody. I would absolutely pay money to see her go over there. Weighing almost double her body weight in gear, walking around a desert that's 120 to 175 degrees depending on the time of day. Yeah, I would pay good money to see that. And I would pay good money because I know she's going to fail. Hell, this woman couldn't even make it through basic training if she wanted to. Fort Benning would eat this woman alive, along with the woman right next to her, too. As a matter of fact, all of these fucking women would fail. I don't know, she's got a chance. The one sitting next to Brian. But all the rest of them couldn't make it doing my job. Couldn't do it at all.
that's where I get confused because it's okay, we should
How long would
view
she
women
survive in New
these
Delhi?
sorts
Not
of
even
ways,
5
and,
milliseconds.
You can say it's all about just from the government down when it comes to rights and stuff, but a big feminist push was we need to view women not even from a legal perspective, but from a societal perspective as in XYZ ways. But we haven't changed that for men. For example, if you
Brian's
want true
right.
equality, there would be, for example, a push for women in a dating context, for women to be initiators, for women to make the first move, for women to be
Yep.
willing and prepared to pay for the first
There's
date.
a biological reason that's not the case, though.
Well,
You're putting yourselves in harm's way
Whoa,
a
whoa,
lot
whoa,
of the
whoa,
time.
whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
what?
whoa,
Well, now that I know
Yeah,
what you're
you know how
asking,
common like
whoa, 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 whoa. What's wrong with going up to a dude and saying, I like you? I fucking like you. The whole entire feminist trope that every single guy out there is out there to hurt women. Yeah, my fucking ass. Every woman that I've been in a hardcore relationship or married to, I carried those women over fucking puddles. Open car doors. Fuck you mean all of us men are harmful and you're being put in harm's way by going up to them. Shit. You women could, like, I could go up to you and ask you out on a date and you guys could call the cops on me saying that I'm SAing or SHing you. Just like my whole entire situation a week ago. One woman opened her fucking face on the internet, and my whole life is in shambles. What you talking about that you're the only one who has got a threat? Shut the fuck up, woman.
Date rape is?
What the
Now that I
fuck?
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. But
Okay, go ahead
you
with
know
your
how common
point.
that is?
Oh.
Go
I
ahead
have to
with your
go,
point.
Now that I
Kodiak.
know
I'll
what you're
catch you later, man.
asking,
See you later, 2K Gaming. See you later,
I think
buddy.
it is
Thank you for
absolutely
being in here.
possible for people to be in the same universe.
Every once in
as
50
those that
episodes, one
want,
surprises you.
traditional roles
That's
and
true,
those that
Drop
might
Pod.
want untraditional roles, and it has nothing to do with quote unquote biological differences that as you were saying, which I understand that there are biological differences between men and women. Absolutely, there are, but I'm just saying that wouldn't.
Do we have a
impact
based
my
Asian woman on this podcast,
decision-making, because in my
What the-
opinion,
what the
and I
fuck?
say this with emphasis, in my
Oh.
opinion.
Okay, hold on. No. Say your opinion, then I got. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. In your opinion, go ahead.
Who played the
In my
women?
opinion, I think that women are capable of both homemaking as well
Gillis,
as
thank you for
being
the-
able to provide
for the
a
bits,
family
bro.
if they so wanted to, if they have the proper education to. But that was also something that was granted to women later on in
Okay.
history.
Here, let me
was
ask you guys a
proper
question.
education.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you a question. So, those of you who said that men should be providers and you'd want a guy to pay for you on the first date, will you take your husband's last name?
The slow turn to look at the
I will
screen was
hyphenate.
has me dying. You should roll it
Yes,
back.
what?
It was
Yes, I will
funny.
take mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want my family to have all the one last name.
So no hyphenation?
No.
Okay.
Oh, if I get married, absolutely.
Hold on. Absolutely, you'll hyphenate?
No,
Like,
I'll absolutely take his last name.
okay.
Oh, okay. Be clear then next time.
The microphone could be closer, but
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be taking my husband's last name.
all right. Okay. Well, just you?
I'm about the family
Okay.
unit.
Yeah, I would have been
Here.
down, but my mom did that, and my parents ended up getting divorced. So I'm
All
like,
right.
"Ah."
Sound
I'm
alerts
just
the
gonna
entire
drop my middle
podcast.
Here,
I have a.
You know what?
Andrew, do you have anything on this on this?
See, this is
On which
On the-
on which topic?
Like the feminists, but also traditional thing?
Yeah, well, it's always curious to me. That's why I was kind of drilling in earlier on the idea of rights. So when you're talking about feminism, you should make a notation that most men, also in the United States, couldn't vote. Almost no men could. Suffrage was something which came later. It was not a foundational principle. And I'm trying to figure out why it is that you think women's liberation is so great. Why do you think feminism is awesome?
Because they got us here to where it is, to where we are now.
Men did.
And
Yeah, but good for
So
those
then,
men.
so
Yeah.
then why
It
do
was still
women?
feminism.
Why do so many
Yeah.
women
The men made the
complain
decision, but-
today about not having equal rights to men?
I'm not complaining.
We're
I'm
not
s-
complaining.
yeah.
I know that
no,
you're
I'm
not
just wanna keep it
complaining,
that
but I'm
way.
just-
Yeah.
We're not saying that we're complaining. We're saying that we
That-
are in
to
support
have that
of
conversation with
that,
a different type of feminist.
Yeah, that,
but
you guys are
not-
looking for the
not
blue hair
us.
Yeah.
feminists. That's not what
Yeah,
they are. So
that's
it's
not what we are.
No, I think it's the same type of egalitarian principle. So I think the first and second wave led to the third and fourth wave, and that the principles
I turned them up to 80,
are,
guys.
in essence,
Yep, there
the
you go. Now
same.
you can hear them.
So I
I'm not
don't
looking
think
up
that there's
feminist
this massive
principles on my
distinction
free time.
between fourth and third wave feminism to first and second. I don't think that it's just about
After this video,
voting.
guys, I'm going to
I think
take
it's
a
about
small
move
bathroom
towards
break, and
these
then
kinds
we're
of
going to play Lords of
egalitarian
the Fallen,
principles,
okay?
which I largely reject.
BRB
I
going to
think
get
most of the
Qdoba.
feminists
All
that
right,
I
Blue.
know are more of like
Thank
we
you for
don't
the 5
see,
bits,
I don't
Cousin
see myself
Vinny.
as equal to a man. I know obviously he's stronger than me, and there's a lot of differences between us biologically. It's more of so that women wanted the option,
Must
if
be
they wanted to have
Japanese.
their own
You really think
education,
that she's a
or be by
Japanese Asian
themselves,
woman?
or go 50-50, that's the whole point, is it just to have
looks
that option.
Chinese
Because
to me.
before, you
That was
had
my
no choice
first
but to get
vibe.
married and have kids with a man, and then if it went south, there was no escape for women. That's what most women are
Yeah,
when they
there
think
still
about
is an
feminism.
escape for women. Like this is the bad
No,
part
now
of
she could be
feminist
by herself
propaganda.
and get divorced and
No,
start
that's
her
none of
own.
that's true. This is the bad part of feminist
And I've said
propaganda.
this
is
so
that
many
what you're-
times when I've been on this podcast, when they ask me like, oh, like what does a feminist mean to you? It means doing whatever the fuck you want to do.
You can't be in a relationship doing what the fuck you want to do all the fucking time, you dumbass hoe. You can't. A relationship is two people working together to have a common objective, which is to raise a family.
Day is never finished.
Okay?
Master got me working. Someday Master set me.
You know why my chat just played that? Because you're talking about men being servants. That's why my chat just played that. Dumb hoe.
Right, that sounds right.
Without society, without society being like, okay, well, you're not a traditional woman. You're a crazy cat lady.
They are
no,
ghosts.
fuck that.
They're brain dead.
Like, I don't want anybody to have that fucking shit.
Right, you want to just be able to do whatever the fuck you want.
Yes,
Yeah.
Period. Thank you, Andrew. You finally
You're not hurting
listened.
yourself.
There are
for
consequences to your actions, though. There are consequences to your
That
actions.
suffers those consequences is the person that does the action.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. My
that not into the
consequences.
mic?
What is my consequence for like defining myself as a feminist?
Well, it's not just the feminist label. It's having, how do I say this? If you are about like the sexual liberation thing and having multiple, like all these partners, there are consequences to that. It's just,
Yeah, it leads towards.
Fuck, I bit
she
my
actually is
mouth.
making a good point here.
That's like
This leads
Being
towards
regarded.
societal decay.
That's,
Yeah, Master,
it's
Toby must be
not my
good, and
business
I'm
what other
finishing
people do
that.
with their body.
And I'm
If
not
they want,
finishing
not me
that.
personally, I wouldn't be sleeping around. But if another person wants to be sleeping around and
Oh,
call
sorry,
it
was
liberation,
answering her
then to hell with
question.
that. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. I'm nobody to be like, oh well, you're a whore for fucking wanting to sleep with 10,000 people. What?
Yeah, but what's
what
wrong
is
if
my
somebody
opinion?
does call them that?
is by
Why is that problematic in your worldview?
Yes, thank you.
So for me, I don't care if they get called a whore, but it's just
It
the
doesn't,
fact that they have the
it
right
doesn't
to
solve
do it.
any issues.
Like you're a whore. Yes, you're a whore. That's a whore. It
You
is,
don't
it is
think
true,
that
but they have the right to
social
do it.
shaming and social stigma solves
There's-
issues?
It's not going to solve
It solves
anything.
issues, it
It
does.
solves nothing.
Andrew,
Andrew, what do you gain?
Really?
Tons of
What do you
problems. What are you
gain?
talking about?
Let me ask you, what do you gain from coming on?
Here's what I gain. I know what woman I don't want. If you come off like a whore, you're a whore. And that's not what I want. It gives me instant gratification knowing you're the woman that I don't want to spend my time, my money, my future investments on, or having kids with. Those are the 4 things that it guarantees me that I will not do with you. So go on, defend your point.
On here and calling me a skank. Do you gain anything? Do you get a little pat on the back? Do you get a
part
cookie?
of the way. So what happens is, what you have to do, unfortunately, in
Pattern
the modern
recognition, that's her
society that
consequence.
you're dealing with, where there's tons of decay, is when somebody hits
She
you, you
asked
have to
what
hit
are
them
her
back harder.
consequences
That's the
for
way it
saying she
generally
is a
seems to
feminist?
work,
It basically puts a
unfortunately.
target
Now,
on
if
you
had
that no
behaved
guy wants to
yourself,
go
been
near.
a good girl, I wouldn't have had
Don't
to
call me
have,
that.
you know,
Do
called you
not
what I
call
called
me
you.
that.
But instead, you had to mouth off and be a bitch, so I just kind of talked to you like I talked to you, right? That's how it works.
Do you think? Let me ask you.
God damn, Andrew, you're my hero.
Insult
Do
people.
you think?
Not insult people. He got up here and called.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He
I
called
did
moms against drunk driving dumb broads.
Wait,
like,
what?
Yeah.
He
They
called
were,
moms
well, I
against
mean,
drunk
but that they
driving
were
dumb
being dumb
broads.
broads when they did that.
Sir,
right?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell
they
you
were being
something.
dumb broads.
Okay?
Green mothers.
You're
Green
coming
mothers.
from a you're coming from a place of great insecurity.
No, it sucks that you have
yeah,
some good.
how profound.
Yeah,
You-
I've never met an adult. I work for men that are probably the same age, probably even.
Yeah, he's so insecure. He's so insecure that he has 3 kids, a loving wife, and he's also got a podcast that makes your OF channel look like shit. Yeah, that's him being so insecure, woman. Oh boy, yeah. Yep. Speaking your minds, male, it makes you look insecure.
younger than you, and I've never had them call me a dumb skank.
I know, but
They
the
treat me
problem
with
is
respect.
that's my whole problem.
They treat me with
see?
respect, and I've never
It's
come.
societal
Let me
stigma.
finish.
Society,
Let me finish.
if
I've never
societal
once.
stigma
Yeah,
existed,
exactly,
women would
Ghost.
have much better behavioral patterns in society.
So
That's
just
what I
because
advocate
I didn't
for.
behave the way you wanted me to behave, I am therefore a skank. That's
Yes.
to you.
No,
that makes
that's not
sense
what
in your
makes you
head.
skank.
Your frontal lobe is fully developed, sir.
The fact
and
that you're
you're
the
over
fact
here
that you're for
calling a
sexual
20
liberation
you're
and
calling
skankery
a
is what makes you
21-year-old
skank,
girl
not
a
Yes.
because of anything else.
You're
Thank
calling
you,
a
Andrew.
21-year-old girl a skank. Like, are you gonna call your
Would it make it
21-year-old
better if
daughter
you
a
were 41 years
skank?
old?
Would you like it if a fucking man called your 21-year-old daughter a skank? Do you think?
If she acted like it, then yes, I'd agree with it. If she's gonna go hoe herself around at 21 years old, yeah. She can't come up to me and complain about meeting a bunch of bad guys when I know that her habit is literally getting on top of every dude that comes in front of her. I won't support that behavior. Yeah. I won't call her like a skank directly, but I won't enforce her behavior. I will say, hey, that behavior is kind of stupid and you should stop doing that.
That's
If
the
she was
way.
being a skank, it would be the best corrective
You're
reasoning he
fucked
could
in the
do.
head. You're fucked in the head. You are not a good father.
Andrew is the man. Andrew is awesome.
Sometimes do have some good
My
points,
children-
but when you talk
I
like
have
this to
children-
people, they will
I
never
have
do
children
anything
who are
else you say.
older
is
than
what
you.
They
do.
probably
don't
do,
hate me.
Blue.
I'm
Like
sorry.
you could say the most
do you
intelligent
think my-
thing, but if
I
He's
would
trying to help you guys.
trying to help me by not calling me a
To
skank.
wake you up.
Well, the problem
Wake
is,
me up from
like,
what?
you've been as combative as you can possibly be. If I hit back, you cry. It's
Yeah.
like, where's your feminism? Where's your awesome why you whine? Instead, why don't you have a nice productive debate instead of whining incessantly?
Because you're over here
Hey,
putting insults. And
The gavel has come down. I've stricken the gavel. Okay.
Wow.
All right. There we go. Nice. He needs a little smoke break. Andrew, we'll give you a smoke break. Okay?
Yeah.
We're giving Andrew a smoke break.
Are you indoors? Are you indoors where your
He's
parents stay?
chain-smoking.
You
Or
guys,
kids stay, or is it
he's
a different
chain
house?
smoking. Actually, here's the reality. Andrew used to never smoke before he came on the Whatever podcast, but it's so stressful for him to be having these kinds of conversations.
I would believe that.
I might have to start smoking too.
Do you work out of a studio, or are you smoking inside the house where you're?
He smokes inside because he's a
Where your
giga
kids-
chad.
I'm smoking right next to my kids. I blow it in their fucking faces.
Yeah, I would.
Now that's
You women are so awful. Oh my God, you guys are evil little gremlins.
good parenting. All
Please,
right.
someone cut that one up.
All right.
Cut that and put that on TikTok.
Yeah.
God-fearing man. Like it just, I get your point with some things.
He goes over to the cradle. He goes over to the cradle. And he,
After he robbed it.
Puts his cigarette out on it.
It was kidding. It was handed to me.
My mom accidentally put a cigarette out on
okay.